Hey everybody, welcome to Game 6. I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I'm here. We got Game 6 of the Vancouver Canucks and the Vegas Golden Knights. Right now, Vancouver, if we lose, our season's over, and a block of deflection just as that puck went off. If Vegas wins, obviously they go to the Western Conference Final with the winner of next tomorrow's game in Game 7 between Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. And the Vancouver Canucks could have a chance to win and force a Game 7 on Saturday night. And also, as I speak, the Philadelphia Flyers-Islanders game has gone to overtime. Again, chance for Philly to force another game, Game 7 this time, and for the Islanders to move on for the first time in the Eastern Conference Final since 1993. So, let's go and start. This puck goes its way in behind Lehner, and the Canucks try to forecheck this one through. Hughes keeps it in. Across to Besser, in behind for Pettersson. Pettersson backs it off for Besser. Shoots! Blocked. Then I try to poke the puck away from Stone, and then kept in by Hughes again. Hughes slams the puck off the wall. Kept there by Besser. Besser fights. Looks for the puck some more. Backhanded it across, trying to take it away from Schmidt. Had a chance on Schmidt. Schmidt still with the puck, and then he controls and throws this one down. Intercepted by Miller, has the puck cleanly, and gets off the backhand. Front for Hughes. Hughes shoots, save Lehner, off the glove. Puck is loose and corralled by Schmidt. So a real good chance for Vancouver there, and then this puck goes all the way into the Vegas zone. Canucks have started well. Don't want this to be their demise, though, where they just completely fizzle off. That puck got thrown all the way down to Lehner. A fight for it. He grabs it, so no icing. White Cloud, the rookie, is there. Poked off a State and then intercepted back. Here's Pearson. Pass in front. There for Toffoli. Puck's loose. Trying to jam it through. And the puck goes to center. And all the way down on Markstrom, Demko will touch it. Actually, I believe it is Demko. Is not able to really vividly see. But here's Rosell on in behind from Theodore. Martinez whacking away ahead. Canucks had a really good chance early to go up 1-0. And then comes Vegas. 4 shots on goal for the Canucks, none for the Knights. This one shot wide, close by Smith. Vegas trying to keep it in. Martinez pass off for Theodore. Theodore shot! Wristed wide. And you don't want to be role reversal, of course, as it could be where Vegas gets completely outshot and outplayed, but steals one and wins the series. Then Fantenberg ridden off by Waugh. Dealing out across where Cousins is. Gaudette chases for the puck. Glove down by White Cloud, who shoots it through. Waugh guarded by Horvat. Waugh to the point. Stepping up is White Cloud. Shooting off high. And with Sutter down, it will deflect out. Absolutely. BH Canucks, I'm glad you're here. We're here for Game 6. Of course, Peter Flaffett, the puck drops here. Sorry that I was not able to formally establish myself, but introduce myself, but they're still showing the highlights going on. Thank you for the like. Absolutely, that was tremendous. Of course, if you hear any noises, just ignore them. I'll also put so the shot, they score! A delayed penalty call. I'm sorry I wasn't on it. I won't do that again. The Vancouver Canucks score. And it's going to be Jake Virtanen. 1-0 Vancouver. That's unbelievable. Vancouver Canucks get it done, 1-0 so far early on with 17:10 left to play. Not even 3 minutes, 2:50 in. Obviously, it's still in close, but this is the best start they've had all series. So this one now played through in behind. Vancouver, you want to jump up to a 2-0 lead if you can, obviously, and throttle that one across as well as it's taken back by Theodore in the Vegas zone. Besser. Trying to whack away at it. Passes it to center. Pacioretty's got it. He scored the first goal, first goal in Game 4, where Vancouver was up for a lot of the game. Theodore passes it to the point. A shot save. Another one, and Pedersen is down, and a penalty coming up against the Golden Knights. Max Pacioretty is going to the sin bin. The Canucks, the penalty box. The Canucks are going on the power play. What a huge play. So Pacioretty gets a call on a hooking penalty as he had a chance. And Demko made the save. Demko's been huge as well. Goodman, he had to be really good. So now power play is coming up for the Canucks. 14-61, 23% power play in these playoffs. 85.4, 35-41 penalty kill by Vegas in these Stanley Cup playoffs against for the Vegas Golden Knights, Vancouver, and Chicago earlier on, and for the Canucks, obviously, against Vegas, and in the first round against the Blues. Edler curls it around. Bertanen, second goal of the playoffs with an assist by Mott. Pearson passed it across. Vancouver in the zone, flipped it along back for Pearson. Pearson to the point, to the guy that passed in the puck. Not for Edler, a shot that directed off the side. It's the second power play unit that's starting in case of the first power play unit, and the puck's offside. So now the second unit's going to the bench, and the first unit's coming on. So showing the play, Mott makes a hustling type play to get in it, and then Bertanen just stuffs it home. But I was trying to get everything situated and figure everything out. I didn't realize what had happened. Unbelievable. As Horvat wins it, and across to Hughes. A deflection, that one, live tie. Philadelphia scored 2 quick goals in the first period of their game and ended up having a rough time until they came back in the third period. That game, of course, in overtime. So you don't want to spend all your gas here and then lose this game and lose this series because you lost your composure. They've got to play 60-plus to make a Game 7. Here's Carlson, holds it, a pass in front off the skates, shoots, save, Demko. Hughes passed it on back for Pedersen in behind, who acts like a defenseman. Elias Peterson, what a good play, and what a huge save by Demko. Horvat to Miller. A minute left on the power play. The penalty to Pacioretty. Miller holds, waits for a pass. And he's got some room. Gets it to Hughes, too far. Hughes was not able to collect the puck. Here's Riley Smith. In on Pedersen. Smith alone. Oh, what a save by Demko! I thought he scored, but no. It was an egregious defensive play by the Vancouver Canucks. But Demko made a huge save. Here come the changes. Fire wagon. Horvat hands it off back to Hughes. Hughes from trouble on to Horvat. Horvat rifles from the boards to Miller. Miller batted away. On for Hughes. Hughes holds it. Pedersen waits, holds, shoots. Deflected and gloved down by Lehner. Oh, there could have been a 4-on-4 because apparently Myers jumped on the ice and it was there would have been too many men on the ice, but the referees missed it. Another good break, like what happened in Game 4. The Vancouver Canucks lost, obviously. You don't want it to happen. But another good break for Vancouver there. Of course, as this puck finds its way to Markstrom, I will provide some updates on the game in overtime right now. Game 6, Islanders and Philadelphia. New York leads the series 3-2 after being up 3-1. Myers in behind, and power play looks like it's going to end. Here's Pearson with a left shot, gloved down by Lehner. Great save. And this one will careen to the boards. First guy that was pursuing it was the guy out of the box, Pacioretty, who chases Pedersen. And then Pedersen hands it off. Pacioretty is there. Cousins is as well. Backed it off to Edler. Edler off the wall, then Cousins fights for it. Canucks still trying to chip it off the boards. Then that was Besser. This flipped to center. Taken by Alexander Edler. Game 7 tomorrow, Dallas and Colorado. No time decided on that one, but will be at some point. Knowing, of course, this game will go. This game will actually be Game 7 tomorrow as well. I think back-to-back. I thought it was Saturday. I'm not sure. To relook at that. 4 shots on goal for Vegas, 8 by Vancouver, and then stolen away at center. They're doing that breakout pass thing. They have not been polished, not been great, Vegas, but they've been good at their breakout plays. Trying to find Tuck, split through the middle, and he didn't get the puck, but it went to the wall behind the goaltender, Demko, which he's able to pursue and then fight it back. On defensively, waits, holds a slap shot. Schmidt, glove down in the air by Demko. The play by Thatcher Demko. So they're going to go to commercial. 13-19 to play in the first period. 1-0. Vancouver. So this has been big. This game so far, it's been really exciting, as you would have expected. Sorry for that again. 12:35 left in overtime. Tied at 4 still. 47 shots on goal by New York and 18 by Philadelphia. Microcosm of Game 5 of this series, of the Vancouver-Vegas series. Obviously, everyone probably watched, and hopefully you guys watched on my channel. That was a wonderful day that I was able to do that. Of course, we got Game 6 here. Hopefully I'll be able to do a Game 7 tomorrow, if it's tomorrow or Saturday, whenever. So this will still be we're gonna now. Islanders have had a overtime goal in this series. Not in this series. Overtime goal in these playoffs. It was scored by Barzal in Game 3 against the Washington Capitals in the first round, and the Flyers had 2 overtime goals against this team. Lastly, in Game 5, they got won by Scott Lawton, and Phil Myers tied the series at 1. All the way back, Game 2. So this one will be an overtime goal, but either Game 7 or this gets to a conference final against the Lightning for New York, the Islanders. So they're back for Vancouver. The Canucks are watching some more Demko saves, and Vegas has been really good this game. Like they weren't what they were last time, but they've had a good amount of chances. They've been there. Canucks thing has been they've had a very good amount of chances. We've been very confident in our own zone and in their zone as well, not just chasing after pucks. I think this has been the most confident we've been since Game 2, even more than Game 2. Even though we can still lose. There's a chance in front for Demko and taken by Toffoli off the boards. Once again, a turnover. Shot in there. And that wired off the far side. You don't want Demko to lose his confidence as he's had so much of it. Down for Carlson, who shot that one off the corner. Pacioretty looks and trying to find one in front of Canuck, went down, but pass it went back in front of the goal as well. And Edler gets it out, and it went off a Canuck stick. And a Vancouver line change. They're all dead tired. Vegas starting to closely edge into the shots on goal category in Vancouver. 8-5. First guy who will be there is Tanev, who has Hughes, who looks towards the bench. Don't know if he went there. He shot this one in, and it's taken out by Whitehead, excuse me, and White Cloud. And that's shot in behind by Stastny again, and then poked away by the goaltender there, and then poked and sent on for Miller. Miller in his own zone, fighting off of Marchessault. Miller turn it over. Marchessault in front of shot. Oh, the direction. Vegas nearly scored again, and that one shot back to center off the far boards. That's another shot on goal for the Golden Knights. Taken through by Hughes. Hughes wires it to center, tried to find Sutter, and then this puck careens to the behind the net where Markstrom touches, hands it to Myers. Myers fought off where Roussel was, and then Sutter with it. Sutter hands it on for Hughes. Hughes taking on for Godak, who streams it in, and here comes Roussel with a hit on White Cloud. This puck taken by Sutter again by Roussel. I saw a few videos a few days ago of the Sedins and their great shifts. This is not that, but Vancouver clearly was working better and had been working better after Game 5 at keeping the puck in. Vegas is not doing great on their breakout plays as this goes to White Cloud again in behind. Finally, Vegas can turn, and he hands it off to Chandler Stevenson, who turned it over but got it back and streamed that one through the defenseman. And Beagle out there and try to fight off, but a shot saved Demko, and he'll cover with 10:49 to go in the first. 10:21 left in overtime, actually, right now. It's still 4-4. There's a penalty against New York, it looks like. It might be a 4-4, but it looks like Philadelphia is going to have a chance to force Game 7 on a power play in overtime. Just had a powwow on the Philadelphia bench as we're ready here for this face-off. You see the announcer still talking at the San Diego-born Thatcher Demko, who's been so good for Vancouver Canucks, and then Schmidt is offside. Off that face-off, Schmidt was offside. And yes, it is a power play, clean power play for the Flyers in the other game. It's back to only one shot lead on goal by Vancouver, 8-7 over the Golden Knights. Vancouver, I believe, won shots on goal in Game 4, even though they lost 5-3. Poked off the stick. Marchstone sent all the way down into the Vegas zone. No icing. Waugh takes a hit, and then Beagle tries to send this one through, and down goes Virtanen, the guy who scored the goals. Fourth line. Mott trying to jam away, Gaudette trying to jam away with the puck, and he kicked it through to the point. The Canucks tried to keep it in, and then the Vegas Golden Knights break out. Here comes Tuck. Tuck is offside. So Beagle is fighting a little bit with Cousins. Vegas trying to keep it physical. Vancouver's trying to keep it physical. It's a heavyweight match. Who will budge? That's really the thought. Last Game 6, the Canucks won up 3-2 after coming back Game 5 as well against the St. Louis Blues. It's Game 6. We're down 3-2. We forced Game 6 after that 2-1 win in Game 5. If you're losing Game 1, Game 3, and Game 4, and overwhelmingly winning Game 2 against Vegas, is Pacioretty got a chance in there. Horvat trying to hold up the play. Tries to kick it through and stolen away by the Vancouver Canucks, and a penalty coming up against Bo Horvat. Bo Horvat goes for high stick, I think, or some kind of penalty. Vegas is going to get a power play with the chance to tie Game 6. So they'll be back. Hopefully Vancouver can kill it off. Hey, Raven Date, you missed Game 5. That's okay, though. I if you check my YouTube channel, I was able to do it, and it was a really fun time, super nervous, but we are here again for Game 6. This is Game 6 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, Western Conference semifinals. Vegas leads yes, you watched Game 5. I did as well. I was very nervous, but that was an interesting game. Game 6, we're slightly outplaying the Vegas Golden Knights, which is actually very nerve-wracking. I don't know what to make of that. If you have any opinions on how you think, I think Vancouver just has to stick with it. They talk about Vegas not changing their game plan. Vancouver has to stick with it and find a way. We watched together on Game 4 and saw Vancouver with not a great first period, but very excellent second period, and just frizzle away into shreds in Game 4. So I know, because Thatcher Demko, and you, unlike some people that I've seen in media, Canucks fan, you obviously know as a big Canucks fan, that this is not something that Thatcher Demko, like, he's a good goaltender, but I don't think he's the greatest goaltender. I don't know if he's the best, but it's not a fluke. He can play like this. He's had games where he's been the best player in the ice. There have been some games like that. So this is not an anomaly. But they're back right now, Vegas and Vancouver. Pajot had a real good chance in the Islanders game, overtime. Yeah, Ravens, no need to post that in overtime. I will say what happens in overtime. I'm watching the game. If you want to post it, sure. But yeah, Islanders shooting Flyers 48-20. Yes, it's a microcosm of Game 5 of this series, as I had said earlier. Just a really a good shade of it. It's almost deja vu. So Vegas is going to go on their power play. They were just talking about the points that Theodore's had in this series. Canucks win the draw, and Edmer waits and spikes it down the ice. Horvat's the guy in the box. And then it's still this penalty. The Canucks trying to take it out, as now with 1:40 left, it goes in the power play. It goes back to Theodore, scored the only goal in the playoffs in his career against Demko. And Theodore found it to Stone. That deflected off the stick, but the Knights keep in. Stone holds it. Theodore. Back. Pacioretty, like the chance he had in game number 4. But this one stopped by Demko, though. Now on Markstrom. On to Mott. Back to Stone. In the middle, Marchessault. And that blocked. 1:10 to go in the man advantage. Marchessault goes down, no call. Kept in by Theodore. Everybody's in front of the net. Back for Pacioretty. Looped. Fakes the shot. The slap shot by Theodore. On for Stone. Stone and for Marchessault. Wired off the screen. And on Pacioretty, Canucks trying to flick it to center. And Mott chases off of his side. Theodore's at the blue line. Mott went off of where Pacioretty was. He was too fast for him. Pacioretty to Theodore. Theodore holds. Stone fakes. Shot it high and wide. And this went to Theodore, who keeps into the zone. 37 seconds left in the power play. Here's Stone on the right circle. Stone to Theodore. Theodore back. Across Pacioretty. Theodore shoots. Blocked by Mott, I think. That puck hit Mott in the face. And he blocked it down. And it went through the icing line. And they will say that it went up into the netting. It'll be a stoppage in play. Yes, we are a really good hockey club when we do score first. And it was an early goal to, I believe, 2:50 into Game 6. That face-off, spun in back, won by the Canucks. Vandenberg tied up on his side. Here comes Myers with the puck. Myers holds it, shoots it down the ice, and clears. Schmidt has to go get it behind Robin Lehner. Schmidt late in this power play. And one last chance for the Knights. Tuck. On the power play, at least. Tuck, that deflected off of a side, and with 6 seconds left in the man advantage, I believe it goes off the glass and out. Yeah, absolutely. Bertanen does score and put us up 1-0 early in that first period. What's the score? Drew Halloween Dude YT 1-0 Vancouver. The Canucks have a 1-0 lead. They score off for a Bertanen push into the net earlier in this first period. This is taken back across by Carlson. Carlson turns it, waits, pass up for Schmidt. On a cross to Martinez, too far. And thank you for subscribing as well, Drew Halloween YT. And this puck will be taken back across the center. The Vancouver Canucks are with it. 5:25 left in the overtime. 4-4 still, New York and Philadelphia. Here's Pettersson, drops it off, no offsides. Hughes with it, in front, too far. And then Pettersson backed off of the puck. And they say there were no shots on goal in that power play actually at all, or were missed wide. Taken across for Stevenson, and once again, Vegas is offside. Yep, the egg, absolutely. It shows. It was 7:24 left, in this first period. Right now it's 7:24, and Vancouver now and Vegas will have a neutral zone face-off. Vegas has been a little better at this game. Yes, they've been a tiny bit better, but they still haven't been as good as I've seen them in this series. They just haven't come at Vancouver. But I think Vancouver is really playing well. They're playing some good hockey. On to Watt. Chipped on back with Cousins and Stevenson. Stevenson holds that point, and he gets it on the left side. But the shot, which was fanned, he actually lost the puck in his skates, and he never even shot it, which means that this puck goes inside, and the Vancouver Canucks are able to jet it out. Stick back by Pettersson. Vancouver not offside. Besser holds the line. Backhands it on for Myers. Myers shot it in and almost sticked away. Pettersson works for the puck, taken by Waugh, who gets it out for Cousins to feed to Theodore. Theodore fights off, battled by Hughes. Hughes sends this puck to center, and back to get it is Riley Smith. Smith and then intercepted back, but Horvat a pass in front for Miller. Then another chance, and Horvat tries to shoot it on net and it won't go. Tanev from the point, shot it back for Toffoli. Toffoli holds. Then Miller a chance, and that one directed. Vegas trying to shoot it to center, and they do. And Marchessault leaps over to try to get to the puck, but Vancouver is able to keep possession. Yeah, I agree with you. Frankly, if we come back, I don't want to play the Avalanche. I don't. We do not match up with them well. We've never beaten them in the playoffs. And Dallas, I feel like we have an incredible matchup against. I really do. There's a hit from the backside, and then Horvat goes down to Gaudette, and then back from Edler again. Alex Edler turns it through. Yeah, I definitely could. Absolutely. Gaudette turns it behind. Later will tuck back there through, and it careens at the center. 5:30 to go in the first period. First period, yes, and then icing, I think. Yes, icing just called against Vancouver there as it went through. 3:23 left in overtime between Philadelphia and New York. As a puck reached Hart, and he just stopped this puck. Interesting, too, because I have some friends that are New York Islanders fans, and my dad and my uncle, and I had said, I think in Game 4 or Game 5, I'm not sure, are huge Philadelphia Flyer games. Just some big games running on them. Obviously, this game running on me. Here's Whitecloud, a shot directed to the glass, and then Gaudette looks for it, and there's Stone, and it's back again, a shot. That one thrown to the boards. And then Gaudette finds Edler. Glass turner. Mott chases it down, and Mott has it. Mott turns, 8 shots for both, and shot it wide because there was no Canuck near. Nobody was changing. They just were not able to get on their horse fast enough. Whitecloud will flip it out and change. Here comes Myers. Myers, a great pass to Roussel. Roussel passed it in front and too far for anybody. They had to go across the center again. Banked off the glass and then taken back. A Knight tried to get in front. That was Carrier, and he slipped. We have not seen Ryan Reeves all night on this ice yet, and we're reaching the 4:27 point in the first period. Vegas shoots this through all the way down, and icing is called against the Knights. Yeah, I guess if they win, that'd be cool. Or if New York wins, that'd be cool too, because I live in New Jersey and I'm by New York. Either would be really cool. I'd be okay with. I like that. I picked Tampa to play Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference Final, but I'm with you. I really don't care. I really just care about Vancouver winning the series. But I know a lot of people in hockey, especially in this part of the East Coast, are really buzzing about Philadelphia and New York. So that's a big thing. Everybody around me has been talking about it. Obviously, I've been like, yeah, it's a great series, but how about that Canucks series out in Edmonton? It's been big. So this one later comes out of his net, and he tries to poke that one off McNabb, and a partial 3-on-2, and then he gets back. Hughes tries to poke it away. What a great job by Quinn Hughes stripping Tuck. Favorite Vegas Golden Knight was able to not keep the puck in his own, turn it over, and then Vancouver got across, and he turned it over. Tuck on back across to Waugh too far, and then Waugh gets it back. Waugh turning. Turn a backhand one in front and try to find a teammate there. Waugh still spinning, harassed by Pearson. Waugh turns to the boards and he finds Martinez. Martinez just body, not really checked, but just a body in front but by Toffoli there. And then somebody goes down. Here's Carlson, backhander, trying to stuff it through, and that would not go. Sutter off of a stick, a deflection into the netting. No penalty. It's not delay of game. I know you're a big – yes, I definitely think you're a big Vancouver Canucks fan, and I am too. Yes, Philadelphia is on a power play. They just got it, and they're just about to start it with 2 minutes left in overtime. A delay of game call against Jordan Eberle. So if no goal is scored, they'll be on the power play for the rest of overtime, and then it will go to double overtime. So we're either going to get double overtime, a shorthanded goal to win the series, an overtime goal to force a Game 7. So some interesting theatrics in Philadelphia. Not in Philadelphia, but in Toronto between the Philadelphia Flyers and the New York Islanders. Right now they're on commercial, so 90 seconds left in that. We're monitoring that game as well.
What's up, Rick? What are you even doing here? The skills competition. This is gonna be embarrassing. Did Paul miss an end or Paul missed an end? I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty crazy. I would absolutely say that. No doubt. No doubt in my mind that it has been nuts.
Play FanDuel, never far from the action. The sticks around the waist there.
Sorry for that. Just had that game on, just monitoring it right now. But so we're back. 3:11 left in the first period. 1-0. Good guys, Vancouver Canucks. 4-on-4 now. I guess there was another penalty. I did not see, but I'll be looking on that one for you guys too. But right now, of course, Vancouver Vegas as well. This game will reach the 3-minute mark in the first period. Handled in by Carlson. Carlson holding, fighting off of Horvat. Carlson in behind. Carlson faked the pass in front, and he got it off of Theodore, who deflected that one, and close to Demko is. Demko is down, and the puck clears across his goal line, and it will come there. And then a shot directed in behind. Vegas is buzzing. Stone trying to take the puck out. They've got some more of their mojo, but Miller passes it in front, and Horvat lost it. Another shot, and that deflected off of someone. Stone trying to keep it in, tipped in behind, and Vancouver will finally get the puck through. Pettersson shoots it to Besser. Besser is harassed. Vancouver clears it off the glass boards and on the center. Where it's chased off by Marchessault. The Montline's on the ice. Marchessault, pass in front, too far. And then taken by Virtanen. Who made a hit there and passed down back for Marchessault. Marchessault holding off a stick check, and the Canucks come to center. Back across there and slammed onto the far boards. Philadelphia and New York are going to double overtime. So now fully in this game. Tanev backs it on for Hughes. Hughes thrown to Mott, and Mott shoots it on a puck that goes all the way down and is icing against the Canucks. With 97 seconds left in the opening frame, first period. Yep. So Demko's been good. Vegas has been there, but I believe that was a huge chance there. But I believe it's like 9-8 or 10-8. It's not a huge disparity. Although Vegas has been a very good team in the second period. We're a really good third period team. They're a really good second period team. Schmidt takes the face-off, and an illegal face-off, I think is what they're calling. So Waugh is out. Cousins is in against Sutter. Sutter will go back there and then take it away. A shot went off the boards, and then Tuck battled through. Again, on that back for Tuck again. Tuck circles the wagon, looks off of his backhand, turns up the blue line, hands it off to Schmidt. Schmidt backhands it in across, and Vancouver shoots it to center. McNabb will fire it to Waugh. Taken back by Besser on the far boards. Backhand in front for Roussel on a chance. He's still whacking away for the puck, and he can't get it. Vegas sends it into their zone. It's the Vancouver zone, excuse me. Myers, then a turnover. Then it went to center. Vancouver having some trouble handling the puck. They almost turned it over in front of the net. But they've been very active at it. Here comes Besser. Through. Besser holds. Waits for a pass. Still looks. It's 10-8 right now for Vegas. Besser keeps it in. Shoots on net wide. And a curl and drag chance. The Vancouver Canucks trying to keep it in, and it's taken back to center. a breakout play. Chandler Stevenson holds it. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Stevenson, a deflectable puck, hung on for Martinez. Vegas trying to shoot it close to the point. Stevenson for Theodore. Theodore, toe drag. And he lost it off his backhand. Still poked on for Carrier. Carrier trying to pass that one in front. A penalty's coming up against the Vancouver Canucks. And it looks like this power play might get into, as a shot is faced off of Demko. This shot will go off the boards, kept in. Vegas will hold. And so the first period is over, but the Vancouver Canucks will be on the kill for the first 2 minutes of the second. Hooking call on the big Canadian kid, Tyler Myers. So we're going into the first intermission up 1-0, but we are going to have to kill a penalty. Vancouver Canucks have to kill a penalty after the second period is going to start. When the second period starts. So 1-0 us after 1.
First period in the Western Conference of Edmonton between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. As the Canucks try to keep their playoff hopes alive, they strike first, and it's 1-0. What jumped out to you most about the first 20?
Well, that's key. The fact that Vancouver got that all-important first goal. And when you're a young team that has a lot of skill, a lot of talent, as we spoke about, but in a big game, a big spot.
So, really big for Vancouver to get up 1-0. I would definitely say.
Get to his matchups. They got a young goalie in Patrick Demko that's coming off an outstanding performance. He was great so far this weekend.
Yeah, Vancouver will love to hear that they're 7-1 this postseason when scoring first, and looking to make it 8-1 and extend this series to 7 coming up. When we come back here on NHL Network, people give you full highlights from the full game so far.
So, this is big, man. I really think that the Vancouver Canucks started in the best way possible. Don't have to kill it. We will kill it. I love that attitude. I always get nervous when I watch my teams play. Always nervous. But I know you guys are big hockey fans, as am I, number one. But did you guys hear, especially, I know you Ravens 8 being Canadian and everything, about that gigantic game earlier today in another sport between the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors, that three-pointer, where the Toronto Raptors were facing 3-0 directly in the face, and they shot a 3-point dagger to get back in the series. I did not see it. I was actually on Twitch having some fun, but I re-looked at it, rewatched it on ESPN. That was a crazy play. What a pass and a great moment for Toronto. So I just wonder if you guys have any. Yes, absolutely, Vancouver. We got to get it. Baron, you're absolutely correct. Game 7 coming. Let's go. We got to do what we have to do. We have to not let Vegas come back into this game and have any sort of what happened in the multitude of this series. And when we get to Game 7, well, we'll get there when we get there. I'll talk all about Game 7s and what can happen if we get there at the end of this broadcast. But I don't even know if we'll be able to do that. But anyway, just guys, I know this is a hockey channel, and I told you I live and breathe it. I love hockey. But if you guys have any reactions at all, tell me your reactions on that. If you had seen it or heard about the Toronto-Boston game today in the NBA, because that was a really crazy game. So I just thought that would be an interesting thing to bring up. But yeah, right now they just started intermission, so got right back to commercial. I believe the Flyers will probably get to double overtime a little before the second period starts, but it won't be too much. This second overtime ended when there was about 2:59 left. We're going to make the Knights' golden armor rust and send them back to the melting furnace where they came from. I hope so. Well, that's going to be fun. I'd like to see what's going to happen later in this game. But, yeah, more coverage we're talking about, especially the game of the century. The series of the century around me has, obviously, as I've said multiple times, not being in Vancouver, not being in Canada, the series I've heard the most about, not even Boston, Tampa, the series I've heard the most about, because I do live in North Jersey, is Philadelphia, New York. And that's been a great series. You know, but I mean, I've been really into this series, but just showing more on that. And this is a series that's had 3 overtime goals scored in one series. I don't think, well, there will be 3 overtime goals scored in one series, and I don't think that's happened since the 2018 Washington Capitals Columbus Blue Jackets first round series, where there were 4 overtime goals scored, 1 in overtime, 1 in double overtime in game 2, both scored by the Columbus Blue Jackets. The first one by Panarin, the second game one by Matt Calvert, who may be playing the Canucks in the conference final. We'll have to, a lot of things that will be decided. Then, of course, game number 4. Game number 3 as well, which was scored by Lars Eller in double overtime, and game 5, which was a Nick Backstrom tip by Dmitry Orlov shot. There was 4 goals, 4 games decided by overtime. I believe that's the last time that's happened, where at least 3 games had overtime in the series. I believe the only series that all games were decided in overtime, I think, was the second round series in 1993 between Montreal and Buffalo. Or no, but was it Montreal and Quebec first round? I'm not positive, but I know one of the series that Montreal had in their 93 Cup run, every game went to overtime. Hit them go gamble again, yeah. So. But again, anything you guys want to ask me or comment, anything in the sports world, hockey world, put it up. I love this. That's why I like doing this. I mean, I'm at school right now, but I'm trying to do work, a lot of homework and schoolwork and everything, and, it's tough. But when I'm able to do this in front of you guys, it's really relaxing, even though the game is extremely stressful, especially facing elimination again. Don't remember that because I wasn't alive in 93. I wasn't either, man. I was just knowing the statistics. I've only been born since like 2000. Like, I'm not that old, man. But I'm a big hockey junkie. Like, I love the stats and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I saw that. I think the Montreal Quebec series, I think all were decided in 93. Okay, so you're about 3 years old. All right. So that must have been rough, though, because I was born in New Jersey. The reason I say it was rough was stay with me. I didn't give any context. The reason I said it was rough was I was born in New Jersey, as a hockey fan. Grew up in the heyday of New Jersey Devils, all the Cup winnings and stuff. And that was pretty crazy. And the Red Wings, who are also a team I like, were another dominant team. But you were born in '97 and were a kid. When we the Canucks were just in a really bad transition, bad time. Some of the years where we would choke in the playoffs. We didn't have great regular seasons. I mean, the West Coast Express was wonderful, but there were some times where, I don't want to talk about it, but that must have been rough. But later on, obviously, what a team we've become. And now we're able to, again, I don't really think that since 2014, as bad as those years have been, I don't think they've been as bad as the pre-West Coast Express era Canucks, but we had to do our share of losing, and we never were absolutely terrible, but we did struggle against teams, and we would do some horrible things on the ice because we weren't there. But building a franchise, you started watching in the year that Calgary got killed by the Zebras, 2004. Oh, I hate that Jelena goal, man. That was the year where we had such a great year. I know Steve Moore, absolutely, it was something wrong with that hit, but man, what a season Todd Bertuzzi had that year. West Coast Express, I think that might have been our best year ever that we had on that unit. 2004, the stacked abs, right? They were going to win the Stanley Cup. And we beat them for the division. Man, that was yeah, I know what you meant with the Zebras. Man, I know that was a tough series. Although I will tell you, even though that did not end well for us, I will say that goal by Matt Cook in Game 7 against Calgary that could have been magical, and it will. And Cook probably has a statue built. Has a statue built after him if they win Game 7. What an unbelievable moment. The jersey gets thrown on, Iginla trips, and they run in and make a crazy goal. Yeah, there's some great moments, but that's a tough year to start watching because Calgary had an interesting they had an interesting year, really a good year for them, but I don't like them. Like, credit to where credit's due, but as a fan, like as a hockey fan, what an awesome team, and really the credit's there. But as a Canucks fan, you know, you can obviously understand that. I try to distance when I'm a hockey fan and a sports team fan, especially going into this business where at times you may need to be unbiased. That was a really weird season. And that must have been weird for you too, also watching. So weird a lot. So that peculiar for you watching, because in 2004, they have that season and the heartbreak, and this Canuck team looks really good, and then you have the lockout. You just got into watching hockey, to loving the sport that is the greatest in the world, and now there's a whole year without hockey. I mean, that's not true. There wasn't a whole year without hockey. There was I believe the World Juniors, which was probably the greatest World Juniors of all time, was later that year. There was the draft. There was the Ontario Hockey League was like a superstar league in Europe, and all types. There was hockey all over the place, but the NHL and the AHL did not play those seasons. So that must have been hard. But when we got into it, when we got good, man, I have to also ask you a question. You do kind of like the Flames? I used to like the Flames. I used to like them, but I hope this doesn't rub you the wrong way, but I kind of like Edmonton, actually. I know their fans are not great people. Quite annoying. Nothing against Oilers fans, but usually they come off that way, at least to Canucks fans. But I kind of like the Oilers. I used to really like the Flames. I still love Alex Tanguay, but I don't like them anymore, frankly. But I was just saying about – I got to ask you. I know you live in Vancouver, so it was late, but it wasn't deathly late like where I live. But did you watch – you lived in Calgary 2 years. Oh, okay. No, nothing against the city of Calgary or the Flames organization, I guess. I just don't like the team. I've never been to Canada. I wish. But, yeah, it's from what I hear, again, what do I know? I'm just American. But from what I hear, it's a very, like, kind of industrialist type city. It's big, but it's not, it's more your type, manufacturing, working type city. From what I hear, I mean, I don't know as much. But, no, my question was, living in Vancouver, maybe you might have definitely watched it, but I gotta say, did you watch Game 1 in 2007, the whole game against Dallas? And what was that feeling when Daniel hits Henrik? Because that's one of my favorite Canuck games of all time. Of course, the great John Shorthouse call, Daniel to Henrik! And that was, and when they just mob each other in the far corner, that great shift that Joel Lundqvist is like down on the ice, and that whole onrush, and that wonderful series that we won. And of course, the fact that Trevor Linden scored the series-winning goal to knock out Dallas, which was huge in Vancouver. The whole place was sold out. That's just memories. That's the biggest thing. I think Vancouver Canucks fans probably have the best fans at just remembering and keeping with and having solid memories of our great teams. Am I talking about the 4 overtime game? Yes, I am. Game 1, 2007 quarters. Henrik from Daniel over Turco. But no, Canuck fans, we love our history, and I don't want to hear that we never won a cup. Oh, just Great. There's so many great moments. For a team that's never won a Stanley Cup, there's so many great moments. Hopefully we can make some more as this first intermission winds around.
I will tell you this. Southern Hemisphere University can change the whole trajectory of your life.
That's planned for retirement.
Oh, okay. I just found out double overtime just started. Well, it actually didn't just start. It's at the 18:52 mark. So now I have something to watch and tell you guys about. So they're start of play. Just Islanders are still crunching Philadelphia in shots. In double overtime. We won in 7. We were up 3-1. We did not have a great game 5, did not have a great game 6. Game 6 was actually decent, but Dallas just shut us out. Yes, we did win in game 7, and as I had said earlier, there's Trevor Linden deflection in front of Martin Turco. And unbelievable moment. I believe it was his last point I don't think it was his last point as a Canuck, but I think it's his last point as a Canuck in the playoffs. Don't believe he scored any points against Anaheim. And that's what this series kind of reminds me of, that series. Vegas, kind of a much older team, much more experienced team, built for this type of playoff experience. And we're younger. We still could win it, but I was scared that we were going to run into that again. But game 6, we're up a goal. We'll be headed to the second period soon. Also, Reeves isn't injured. He's fine. I don't know why he hasn't really played. But just that's the consensus of stuff going on around for Vegas. We'll see how they end up playing. Do you guys think in this Islanders-Flyers game, the longer this game goes, who the edge goes to? I think the edge or the advantage goes to New York. Philadelphia is really trying to win this game. I think the longer it goes, New York may get a bounce. And I actually had a really good chance on Hart there. And then our wonderful friend that the Canucks know way too well, in this series and in this playoff and in the playoffs in 2011, that just happened in the Islanders overtime, broken sticks. Players breaking their own sticks trying to shoot pucks. But the guy I'm specifically talking about actually has had a phenomenal series in Alex. Because he's been really good. Blue and green, baby. That's absolutely correct. Still an intermission there. Not ready yet. They'll be gonna start probably after a commercial break in a few minutes. It's on NHL Network right now. Obviously, me being in the United States, and this one in NBCSN. So, the thing on that is, there's a scramble in front of Varlamov, guys. Does he have it? I'm not sure, guys. They're looking at the puck. I think they're signaling he has the puck because the Flyers nearly forced Game 7. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, this is on NBCSN, so the Vancouver game is on NHL Network, and the reason why I bring that up is I don't know. I don't think they'll go to commercial. Oh, we're back. We're back. They brought us right back to the game. Second period is underway. So the Knights on the power play on the Oscar Fantenberg hooking call. Excuse me. I don't know who I said it was last time. Pacioretty thrown in behind. Taken on across to the line. Held on back from where Marchessault was. And then back there across to Theodore's. It's spiked out the center. Minute 30 left in the power play. Here's Pacioretty. Tries to find Stastny. Vancouver trying to loop it. Marchessault out of it to Theodore. holds on. Shot off the glass and all the way down. Puck goes right to Lehner, so Lehner will touch and hand to Theodore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that didn't go in. They had some really good chances. Theodore throws this one across. Carlson in back. Turned by Schmidt, and a one-timer! That one wafted high on the glass, and it went out. Then they keep it back. Carlson pass in front, to the back. Another shot. Schmidt tries to stack it, and he can't. This puck to the far wall, and then back for Tuck. On to Schmidt. 40 seconds to go in the power play. The penalty to Oscar Fentonberg, one of the key defensemen of Vancouver. Hands it off to Carlson. Carlson back to Stashik. Thrown on front for where Demko was, and he made the save, but Schmidt keeps it in. Hands it off for Alec Martinez, former Los Angeles King. Pass to the back of the cage. Finds Carlson. Shoots. Save. Demko. Rebound. Stacked in front. Vegas tries to get it, and it goes back to the point. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt holds it. Carlson passed. Sutter tried to take it out, and he couldn't. Then he holds the puck through and behind the Vancouver net. Trying to take it up for Carlson. Holds for the Stanley Cup playoff logo. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Carlson. Pass deflection. Off. And the Canucks kill the penalty. But Vegas keeps it in. A shot on the turnover. And they only score another shot. And that deflected to the far side again. Carlson backs it on for Smith. Smith out there. And, okay. Sports at 650 for you. It's NHL Network for me right now. It'll be NBC Sports Network here in New Jersey, the United States of America, where I'm watching it currently. Montclair. Myers threw that one across for Sutter, who will spike that one back. And then, yeah, I said it was Myers hooking penalty. It's actually a Fantenberg hooking penalty. But regardless, it's killed. No shots in the second period for Vancouver. 13-8. I think they got it. One shot. Here comes Miller. Miller, toe drag, and he can't get through. Puck goes on for Holden, who brought that one out for Cousins. Cousins tries to take this one across. Miller thrown on the boards, and that's way too far, way too hard, way too high. Icing. So that's 650 is a regional Vancouver channel. Oh, is that where? Is that okay? I didn't know that. I don't know the Canadian channels as well. Is that where John Shorthouse does the home call for Vancouver on TV? Also, is he doing it, or is it just Chris Cuthbert? Because I like Chris Cuthbert. He's okay, but John Shorthouse is one of my favorite broadcasters. Shorty's really awesome. I'd love to meet him and get some tips from him. Work with him, too. Taken back. Thrown on away for Tanev. Still 13-8. Tanev shoots it in. No icing. Besser trying to get hit, and then Stone found Pacioretty. The duo's there. And Carlson. Carlson is a move. 2-on-1 Pacioretty. Off the stick. Another chance in front for Carlson. Tied up. Besser now. He turned it over, and then Pacioretty goes down, but Miller still handles with the puck. What a chance Vegas had. Tanev on the right wall. Finds Hughes. On for Lehner. Off that stick side. They were talking about Tanev being a free agent, but yeah, Tanev's not going anywhere. We know that. Vegas will take this out, and that's Carrier who's held up. Carrier takes a hit on Fantenberg, and Stevenson lays into him. For the first time in this playoff game, Game 6 of the Stanley Cup playoff semifinals, Vancouver versus Vegas, Ryan Reeves is on the ice. Here's a chance working it on Bo Horvat, the captain, holding to the line. Horvat, a pass in front, a shot, deflected, and then Edler had it blocked. And looking out for Toffoli still. Toffoli, a shot on net. That one wired off of something. Might have hit the post, not sure. Stetcher, his first ice time. Keeps it in. Holds it. Back to the point. Another shot. That deflected. Horvat looks for the puck, and he backs it on. Waits a shot directed in behind, and most of the Canucks go for line changes. McNabb still stealing with it. Mott with the puck. Fights it off from where Stevenson is. Stevenson on close to Beagle. Thank you, Ravens. I really appreciate it. I'm back for McNabb. McNabb. Also, if you want my name, so you know what I'm saying, my name is Peter 5 Foot. Just so you have it. Okay. Demko spikes on for Myers. Myers kept across. Stastny tries to keep it in. Stastny shoots close to where the boards are. And that one went off of where Markstrom is. Piled there for Sutter. Sutter trying to get it on for Beagle. Beagle shot it close to Later, too far. Suter fights off where White Cloud is. There's been a long period from when the 2 shots on goal for Vancouver have been, and here's Vegas on with it. Hands it off to Smith. Smith turning, waits, holds, shoot it wide. And too high, and I think he did miss the net anyway, as they move it across, and it can be cleared back to center for Vegas and Vancouver. 11:02 left in double overtime. 4-4 between the Islanders and the Flyers. 13:56 left in the second period. A shot and a save and a direction there. Hughes tries to take it out. And it went back behind him where Tanev can poke it to Miller. Miller tries to go to Tanev. He turned over. Run out in front, Tuck. And he missed the net. Here's why. Holds to the point. Miller's there to try to play quarterback and defend from it. Puck is down loose there. Hughes back in behind as well from Tuck. 14 shots to 10 between Vegas and Vancouver. There's a chance. And that directed high and wide. McNabb keeps it onto the point. Tuck a shot. Directed wide. And it went off his glove. Demko's glove. Then back still. Captain held. There's a chance blocked by Schmidt. And then covered across where it can be taken by Tuck. And a spin around but blocked. Another chance in front. Trying to bury it. Demko is on the puck and he covers. Do you stream other teams, not Canucks and Devils? Yes, one other team. I'll be streaming Detroit. That's the other game that's the other team I'll be streaming, because that's another of the teams that I like. That'll be a lot of fun because the Devils are okay, but they can compete. The Canucks will be a team going to go to the playoffs next year probably. The Red Wings games will be very disappointing to call because we know that they're still not going to be very good next year. They missed out on Lafreniere. You know, Steve Yzerman had that plan to try to get some players. But yeah, next season I'll be doing Red Wings games, Devils games, and Canucks games when I can, because you know I'm in college and there's a lot of homework and a lot of stuff. But when I can, I'll try to do as many Red Wing Devils games as possible and Canucks games. I'll probably do a lot of Canucks games, being that I'm on the East Coast and there are West Coast games, and they'll probably play a lot at home. A lot of the games will be on the West Coast. I'll be able to do many of them, where the Devils and the Red Wings will probably play around the same point, if not 30 minutes away from each other. So I don't know how many. I might split different days with New Jersey and Detroit, but I'll probably have a large amount of days that I do Vancouver. So definitely Canucks. Absolutely. Yes, the answer to your question is one other team would be the Red Wings.
The variety of these boxes and the quality of the food totally exceeds any other meal kit company I've ever tried. I love it. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TV80 for $80 off.
So another commercial. I will look back onto the Flyers game. 8:20 left in the double overtime right now. 50-29 is shots on goal between Philadelphia and New York. Yeah, looking at some of these chances that Vegas has had. And this game is speeding through, too. This is a quick game. But the fact that we're only up 1-0 does scare me. That kind of like the last game where we were just having our chances, and we finally got a puck to roll our way. But instead of getting a break and it was 3-1, it was 1-1. Horvat, 2-on-1. Horvat with Sutter. Sutter in. Pedersen, excuse me. And he missed. Pass in front for Toffoli. That one's sky high and deflected out. Thank you, Ravens 8. That is so true. Hockey is better when Detroit is good. The fan base is electric. The stadium is unbelievable. Well, it was. I'm not a huge Little Caesars fan. But thank you. I mean, Avs fans would disagree with you. But, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. I definitely agree with you. Detroit is a lot of fun to watch. As I actually went to a Red Wings Devils game last year. I had front glass seats. It was the last game, and that was a really crazy game. I actually went by the Red Wings, like where they were warming up, and I actually got to fist bump Jimmy Howard, which was really cool. He's a big guy, as most goalies are. Even bigger, a guy like Thatcher Demko standing in there, helping. It's 15-12 shots on goal as Hughes gets to the center, almost had Myers, but then Pearson, and he'll loft it in right to where Lehner can touch. Lehner back on a long for where Pacioretty is, and then it gets it on Pacioretty into the Vancouver zone. Pacioretty on for there's a shot there. 8:16 left in the double overtime between New York and Philadelphia, Islanders and Flyers, and 12:04 left in the second period as that shot gets deflected high again. So they're getting shots, but they're not actually. This shot actually does not get deflected. This shot actually is a seeing eye one in the glove, and Vegas is trying to screen, but we're not letting him in. And I think what Vegas is doing is they're trying to get back at you and back at the Canucks and do all the things they need to be doing. But the problem is it's adjusted too since Game 5. So Beagle and Stevenson, 4 shot on goal shot lead by the Vegas Golden Knights. This passed off the wall. Vancouver really using the wall. Mott helps with the forecheck. Also, Vancouver forecheck is working. Mott tries to stick it out, and Vegas, trying to come away with the puck, the breakout pass play that they've been doing. Whitecloud pursued by Beagle. Whitecloud with it. Reeves is there. Beagle lifts his hands to make sure that he was not interfering with anyone. And here come the Knights. Here's a chance. Went in for Holden. And there's a penalty against the Knights. Vancouver's going on the power play as Holden carried the puck through. So Carrier is going to the box on that feared fourth line, or so-called, and holding the stick penalty. So the third penalty of the game, second by Vegas, and we're going to get another power play. Where we did score our first. Well, this would be a gigantic opportunity to go up 2-0 in the game. So, Bo Horvat against Carlson. Also, there's 7 minutes remaining in double overtime. Still 4-4 between the Flyers and the Islanders. Passing back from behind to Foley. Try to find him. Fires one. Miller, and I think that hit Lehner in front. Lehner's making all types of saves, which is, of course, an issue. There in a shot, and that deflected wide. And Vegas gets there and clears. That was that centering pass from, I believe, Miller to Horvat. The first unit's on. Pedersen's away with Hughes. They've got Miller and Tanev, and then and Toffoli. Actually, no Tanev. Toffoli's out there. The usual first-line unit of Vancouver and of Vegas. And that is still cleared away, and then taken by Toffoli. 1:12 left in the overtime in the power play. 6:34 left in the overtime, the double overtime. Demko goes through and touches. No, absolute respect for Demko. I need to give him more respect. Hughes to center, drops it off for Brock Besser. Besser wades it on for Pedersen, and then got it back from Hughes. Pedersen tries to feed Pearson. Pearson's there. Pearson holds on, tries to control, and this puck finds its way all the way down and double changes. 35 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Gaudette. Gaudette streams in, shoots off, and Lehner's out with the puck. He's out of his net, and then Vegas clears. Almost rolled past him, but that was the chance that Vancouver had, obviously. As you get through, Varlamov just stopped the puck, holds on, 6:02 left in double overtime, 4-4. Edler holds, shoots directed, and that one deflected. Trying to pass that one in front. Smith gets it to center, and Smith is stripped, and then Carrier's back from the box. Smith looks for a chance. Back in Carrier in front. Vegas still barnstorming for the tying goal. 16-13. Now the shot from the point. That directed wide. Martinez trying to stuff it. Pass in front. Vancouver trying to clear, and they can't. Martinez in behind Demko. Martinez holding it, waiting, holds it back for Theodore. Shot it off of something and out. 9:09 left in the second period. We're holding on. 1-0. Virtanen and Vancouver. Oh, and also a correction. It was Horvat to Miller and the deflection, not the other way around.
Get your glow back. Start running again with a boost of B vitamins and energy from green tea. New Dunkin' Refreshers. Order ahead via the
No question. No question. I'm going to share that to my dad when I talk to him tomorrow. I believe Philadelphia might have just gotten a penalty. Or, no, it's not a penalty. Actually, there were two opportunities that looked like penalties. Philadelphia is arguing that there was a forecheck, not a forecheck, like a illegal interference call and a high sticking call or a hooking call, and they got neither. There's a 5:25 left in double overtime. Thought the Islanders just scored there. They actually had a really good chance. Barzal went up the middle. I'm starting to see the Islanders really gunning it for this to get to the conference final. And you know they won. They got to the conference final in overtime. Actually, there was a Bickle, I think. I want to say against the. Oh, they score! Flyers score! Flyers are going to Game 7. Ivan Provorov, a point shot, might have gotten deflected. 5-4 in double overtime. Philadelphia is going to Game 7. They come back from 3-1, and they will be playing in Game 7 against the New York Islanders. Well, if you remember, New York Islanders last time they went to the Eastern Conference Final, they won a Game 7 against the other team in Pennsylvania. So how fitting is that? As a Provorov goal, I'm not sure if it got deflected. They'll look at it. It looked like it might have, but Provorov did shoot it. This face-off does go down and taken back in the Vegas game. Now Martinez a shot. And that one taken away from Mott. Yes, of course, a Game 7 for us to be huge. Across, thrown off to the stick, and then taken back by Mott. Tyler Mott is offside. And Martinez is down. Yes, it is Provorov's goal. For what I'm seeing, I want to say Raffle was in front, and he got hit in the head by, I want to say Mayfield. But he was just in front, and Varlamov's like, I don't even know what's happening. It was in front, but Helene Vignot's going crazy. Our former coach. A coach at this area knows well too, is the former Rangers coach as well. But yeah, he was in front. Raffle was in front, but the goal goes to Provorov. So he's got an overtime goal, so they're going to Game 7. So yeah, absolutely. Let's get our series to Game 7. It will be the final Game 6 in this playoff. Definitely, no matter what happens, it will be the last Game 6. I'm not sure when the Flyers are playing, but it doesn't matter because here comes Marchessault trying to pass one in front, and Vancouver will jet this one off the glass again, try to glove it down as Miller. Miller chased by Marchessault, pass in front, Wheeler, no, Stastny, excuse me, wrong, 26, chase for Demko is out of the net, and then the Vancouver Canucks get it out. Here's Brock Besser. Dropped it off across for Pettersson, tries to beat Besser and sticked away by Lehner. Here comes Riley Smith. 6-shot on goal lead by the Golden Knights, 19-13. This puck fired up high, and oh no. Delay of game penalty against the Canucks. The guy that I love but needs to stop making weird decisions with his stick in critical times in the playoffs, Alexander Edler, is going to the sin bin and the penalty box, and the Vegas Golden Knights are going on their second power play of the game. The chance to tie Game 6. One of the worst things that could have happened, they were fighting at it, and Edler committed a penalty, so he's in the box. To the point, and Vegas wins the faceoff, but the puck goes to center. Theodore. On for center. Try to drop that one in across it. He does find Stone. Stone backs it off for Marchessault. Passed off a stick. And here's Spantenberg racing away from Stastny, who's the guy who had that really good chance in front. Pass one off a skate. Blocked again. Vancouver, the leaders, I believe, in these playoffs. Stealing the of block shots. And they're trying to shoot at the net. Chance of Pacioretty. His stick is tied up. And then cleared off of the stanchion glass and onto Theodore, who finds a chance on for Pacioretty. Pacioretty has Stastny. Stastny tries to backdoor it, and it goes into the Golden Knight zone. Theodore in on one. Try to toe drag like he did against Demko earlier, and Demko stops the puck. Mott was fighting it, but Mott really he worked it. Actually, Mott's stick was the one who fought this puck. Mott's been a really great player. I'm seriously thinking of getting his jersey. He's awesome. He's a grinder, but he can score, and man, is he fast. 7:13 left in the second period. 1:07 on. It's Miller away with Tuck on the power play. So the race towards the 7-minute mark, and it's kept in by Schmidt. Schmidt tries to shoot it, and it's intercepted by the Canucks. Stetcher will shoot in. She usually does from that spot anyway. And Sutter is hit a little hard, so he was able to go get the puck, and he'll kind of just play defense, so he's not out there trying to cheat. Backed it off for Tuck. Martinez is offside. So they're looking at Peter DeBoer, and he even looks stressed. These players look stressed. So remember the shorty by Mott we just saw the champions? I absolutely did. I absolutely do. I believe that was game 3. A crossover deep on Alexander Pietrangelo, top shelf on Jordan Binnington. I think he was playing that game. Was it Jake Allen? I don't remember. And who made it? That goal. Oh yeah, that was a pretty good goal too. Yeah. Yes. He scored all types of goals. I hadn't seen him too much as a big time player in the regular season, but maybe I wasn't just watching the third, fourth line enough. Like I knew about the power play. Carlson will stay in the left circle. Carlson holds, passed it on back. Carlson turns to the wall. Carlson is dumped, and they try to poke it through. Closing seconds of the power play. They're trying to shoot it in. It's going to go to center. It's going to roll, and Edler is going to leave the penalty box. And then take it away. And if he goes outside, there will be a 2-on-1. Pass in front. Turn pass one there. And another stick check. And then loose. And by it for Stevenson, who the dump almost went to Stevenson's side, and it did, as Hughes had a problem controlling it. Hughes has had some of these issues. Vegas still keeping this puck through. A shot off the point, and that one went close to the glass again. McNabb and then Stevenson. Held up by Myers. Myers in behind the net. Tyler Myers passed it on along, close to where Pettersson was, and then Pettersson fought back from a wad and then taken on across to Myers. Hughes finds Besser. Brock Besser holds, turns, shoots wide and high. And Hughes has to fight off, and again, he can't win the race. It's Cousins who stops up. Played by Myers. Cousins falls, dropped his stick. A Vancouver player ran in, and then Vegas has to go try to go to center again, and a penalty against Vancouver. I'm not sure what's happening. There's like delayed line changes, sticks flung. Vegas is going back on the power play because they're calling a trip on Myers, and all he's trying. That's a terrible call. That's an awful call. Yes, he was, but that's a horrible call. As now they're going, now NBCSN is covering the game. They're on NHL Network, so I have to go back to NBCSN. I'm not sure what RYS is. I'm not sure what that is, Raven Dave, but man, that was a terrible call. Myers went for the puck, and he oh yeah, absolutely. That's an awful call. Awful call. Nothing against Humphreys, but come on. I mean, Guy's going down, sticks there, skates down low to the ice, and he's trying to play for the puck. And yeah, does his stick hit the skate? Sure, that's not a penalty. So I guess they're getting the third power play for Vegas. We'll see what happens. Oh, is YouTube doing that thing in the live chat, Ravens 8, where if you type something in within 30 seconds of it, it deletes it? I don't know how to change that if that is the case, because I don't mind you spamming RYS. That does it all the time too. I watch like gaming videos and stuff where there's commenters on like YouTube. Twitch doesn't bother this. Oh, you deleted it? Oh, okay. Because Twitch doesn't do this, but YouTube, like if you're watching something and you just want to say the comment over and over so the creator sees, YouTube will time you out. Sometimes Twitch does that too. So, okay. It's okay. I'm not going to get offended.
How about the starting goaltenders for Colorado? The last two games in Vancouver, in games 5 and 6.
Okay, so Beagle will take the draw on the penalty kill. So Myers in the box. Myers is a good penalty killer, but it's a little different from where Edler was out. And then Theodore hands it off. Theodore got it away. Theodore hands to the right circle. A shot! Save, Demko! Oh my God, Ravens 8. That's awesome. So yeah, he was discussing with the Ming, I believe, on like with a conversation about what's happening. I mean, I didn't know because at this point, Stastny won the puck off the draw, clean one. Theodore pass to the right circle, pass one in front, a chance, a kick save, a rebound. Demko, where's the puck? Demko has it. He's covering it. Then it's loose onto the side of the net. I thought he froze it, and it goes back to Pacioretty. Pacioretty dumped. He's hit hard, and the Vegas Golden Knights will keep it. 90 seconds left in the power play. 4:25 in the period. Vegas trying to tie game 6. Have a chance to win the series. Pacioretty shoots, save, Demko. Rebound, it's loose, and it's cleared. All the way down to Lehner. Theodore back across. Demko has indeed been insane. Here's Theodore. Theodore tries to pass that one off a stick. Tuck on across to Martinez. Back for Carlson, and this puck is up and deflected. Minute left in the power play. 3:57 left in the second. So this is an insane game 6. This is pretty crazy. Again, this is not third period, it's second period. So still a lot of time. Especially still with a minute left on the power play. So this puck across to where Tanev was, and they're still fighting for it. Thrown back, this puck down, and then taken by Smith. There's a high stick. A high stick call. I think it's against Vegas. Vegas is trying to say that it's against Vancouver, and they're trying to figure out where the face-off is going to be. And I think the face-off is still going to be in the Canucks zone. Carlson is taking the face-off. That they're still against Beagle. It is a neutral zone face-off. Vegas was not happy about that. This puck is just slammed in and cleared. Excuse me. Yes, I do too. Third period obviously be huge, but there's his Tuck held up, shot that one wide. And Tuck, who's a really good player, I like him, but Schmidt back on for Smith. Smith poke checked away. Back for Schmidt again, and Schmidt covers up. Now with 17 seconds left in the power play. Here's Carlson, 3:10 to go in the period. And a almost chance for Pearson to clear, but it went off a skate. Holds it, waits, shoots. That hit the post. That hit the post. It hit the post and it went out. And here's Schmidt and tried to pass it in front. And the Canucks will go. Sutter will shoot it down. Out of the box is Myers. Myers to shoot. Save. Later! What a sequence! I can't believe that. Sutter just tries to boot this through, and Myers just goes upstairs to try to make it 2-0, and Later makes the save. It's a good glove save. The face-off, trying to keep it one. They're really harassing with their sticks. Hughes shoots it in behind. Taken from the far wall, Horvat working on Watt. Horvat turns from Watt. Horvat with some room. Turned down there off a turnbuckle. And Toffoli commits a turnover. And Vegas dumps. Stevenson first one of the puck. 23-15 shots on goal. Favorite Vegas Golden Knights. Pass that one in front across. And then this one, Clay got a shot. That one deflected wide again. And here comes Watt. On across. Hit by Myers. Horvat trying to get it out. Stevenson along with the puck. Check there. On back, Horvat. Still patrolling the zone. Watt wants to slap it. He won't. They shoot and hold it. Save Demko. Nah, the Toronto Maple Comedians, yeah, that's a fun team. Isn't that a fun team to hear them lament on how they're going to win the Cup every year? No, we got to score. But that was, I admit, that was an unbelievable sequence. Vegas hits the post to tie Game 6 and advance and possibly have a better chance to advance to the Western Conference Final. And then Myers comes in, and he's not a shooter, but he shoots that puck pretty hard. Just a great save. Yes, they blow leads. That's the thing. Vegas tries to get it out, and it ringed in through. Icing is called against the Canucks. So they're going on about a 30-second commercial, I think. And then they're going to be back in a moment. Yep, here we go. So Marshall's out there. Smith is out there. Sassy is still going to do it again. He's trying to face off out there for Vegas. It tied up. It goes in behind. 15 shots. Well, it's the same shot to go on. It didn't need to really repeat it. Beagle shot that one through. Miller races onto the puck. Miller takes a hit. And he hammered a Knight to the ice. Here's Stetcher to try to play the puck, and then Vegas gets it to center. He's looking for where Marshall. So here's a chance in for Theodore. Another shot. Theodore in front of the net. And Vegas still really trying to do something for that goal. And the Golden Knights have to go to center. Martinez flicks it through. The only goal Demko has scored. Let up, whatever. And then, I know, it was 4-3, although the opposite happened in Game 4 against Blue Jackets. They were shut up 3-0. There's a shot wide off of McNabb, and then Vancouver will get to the puck. Here comes Besser. A minute left in the period. Besser stops the brakes. Try to pass that one to Pearson off of his stick, and then Horvat close to Pearson, back to Horvat. Horvat on his horse. Horvat falls down, no call. Shot back to the boards, and then in behind the net. They chase over Reeves. Reeves hit by Pearson, but he stays on the puck. Taken across by Horvat. Horvat bodied there with McNabb. Vancouver trying to keep it in the zone, but finally Vegas will get it out. That breakout pass, something they're really good at. Off of a stick. Kept in by Schmidt. Schmidt holds it. Pass in front, too far. Carrier. Hit there up for Stevenson. Trying to level in the line on the blue line. And Schmidt shot that one in. Covered on a cross pass. Holden too far. This puck will go all the way down. 15 seconds left in the period. No icing. So we enter the last 10 in the second period. Vancouver just mirroring, making sure Vegas doesn't do anything. Canuck goes down, and that goes down. Vegas is offside. 5-4 probably. But okay, so it's now 1-0, and there's 3 seconds left in the second period. But it's going to be a neutral zone face-off. I'm almost positive. It will be. Obviously, if you're Vancouver, if you win this face-off, period's over. Taken by Mott. Won it to Edler. Edler holds on the boards. Close chances. Vegas has played better, but same way we came out of the first, we come out of the second. 1-0 Vancouver. Thatcher Demko's a beast. That we know. We're 20 minutes away from Game 7. I wouldn't say it was bad. It wasn't terrible. It could have been worse. It was not as good as period 1, but it wasn't worse. I've seen worse. Remember, Vegas is a second period team. We're a third period team. So we'll see what happens. Again, we will see what happens. This could be a long 20 minutes. This is going to be an incredible long 20 minutes. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, though, once we get to the third period. Obviously. I wonder what's happening. You know, this has just been crazy. Oh. Right now, Vancouver will attempt to win, but in intermission, I think really what you just talk about is you just say, we've made all the right decisions. We know they're going to be better. We know they're going to try to send us home in the third period. They're going to do everything they can. So we just got to stay a step ahead. As long as we're a step ahead of them. I know that post was lucky, but that was really just a lucky thing. And again, we got some luck from that post as well because the penalty was just about to end. And instead of like the post gets hit and then the puck goes back to the point and they move it, we have a chance to make it 2-0. We don't, which would have changed the whole game. But, you know, and say Myers has to score that. Well, Myers is a good player, but that's I mean, he can see the puck. He can see the puck. It's a breakaway. Myers if Myers tries to deke, he's going to get tied up. He's just alone. He doesn't want to do anything crazy with the puck. He just wants to get in the back of the net. So he shot his best shot, and later made a great save. I mean, there's some crazy saves I've seen, but that was a good save. I don't think we would be smacked around by Colorado. I think we could still beat them in the series, but it would not be fun. It would not be fun. It would be I would be a very angry person doing these streams. Dallas would be a lot fun to watch. I know they can score, but we can too. Dallas is not polished really defensively. And again, you want to look at history. We've never played well against the Colorado Avalanche, only in the regular season sometimes. Showed highlights of Oscar Lindblom on the Flyers game. That was big. So much, just absolute awesome that he was there. But anyway, with Vancouver, we've never played well against the Avalanche in the playoffs ever. Both times they won the Stanley Cup, they went through us. But we've always, in the regular season, in the playoffs, we've always had, we had a little rivalry with the Avs even when we were in the Northwest Division, but it wasn't too big. We've always had a fun rivalry with Dallas. And we do really well against them, especially in their building. So, once again, of course, won't be in their building. But, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be very interesting if we can come back and win this series and face off against them. What did Ray Lewis say? This with the dance that I'm doing very badly? I don't know, man. I'm not a Ravens fan. I like them, but I'm not a Ravens fan. Ray Lewis, though, is one of my favorite athletes. I don't want to hear about the whole, his debacle. What does he say? Defense? Oh, yeah. Defense wins championships. Well, that's not just him. That's not just him, man. That's everybody. But, yeah, defense wins championships. Not only does defense win championships, although one of your championships came in, one of the greatest defensive performances came against my Giants. And no, I do not appreciate it. That might have been like his greatest game of all time. Yeah, that game in the Super Bowl where I think he won Super Bowl MVP. Ed Reed had a really good game too against our guy Kerry Collins at 2000 Super Bowl after we destroy Minnesota in the NFC Championship game. But yeah, defense does win championships. And who has the most blocked shots in the Stanley Cup playoffs? The Vancouver Canucks. I showed some some of the highlights of the Islanders game. Also, if you check my channel, I have a bunch of You were at the Harbor. That's awesome. New Orleans. How'd you get tickets, man? My brother, who's a big Giants fan too, huge Giants fan, was at the Super Bowl and was at 2 Super Bowls. He was at the Super Bowl in Indianapolis where the Giants beat New England, and he was at the Super Bowl in MetLife Stadium, which is like 30-minute. It's just like a 30-minute drive from my house. With Denver, Seattle.
53. How would you describe?
You went on the internet? Wow, that's awesome.
We're not looking to throw a lot of pucks to the net. We just didn't want to get discouraged by that. Wanted to play our game. RT came up with a few big saves, a bunch of good blocks on the PK.
He's talking to Provorov. Provorov looks crazy right now. He's got the beard going. He's got the hair. He's sweating. He's just going crazy. That Game 7 is going to be a doozy. That's going to be fun. That Philadelphia Game 7. New York, Philadelphia. All I need to say is those cities' names. Hopefully you get a Game 7 too. 3 Game 7s. And if 3 Game 7s. Also Ravens 8. 3 Game 7s. What team won't be participating in a Game 7 because they're not playing? The Boston Bruins. Good to know too. Tampa must be really happy right now. That they could be looking, even if, but Game 6 or whatever, or a long Game 6, Game 7, there's gonna be Game 7s, be hockey everywhere, and Tampa just gets the rest.
It was an exhausting game for him to play, and I think mentally. I mean, he allowed the 5 goals. He was not tested very often. I can't fault him for any of the goals. Probably could have done a little better on the James Van Riemsdyk slap shot goal. But on his mind, that's what would concern me the most if I was the New York Islanders. They have Thomas Greiss there, who was fabulous going back a couple of games ago.
There were no real drop off of Thomas Greiss compared to Varlamov from the Islanders too. I'm going to pay closer attention to the Flyers' appointment. Phil Myers.
Yeah, again.
In the series. So tonight, Ivan Provorov.
Have you been to any other big time sporting events? I told you I've been to the Winter Classic. I haven't been to like professional championships, but my brother, who's a huge Mets fan as well, went to. Hey Tommy, hey, what's up, man? That's my friend, former roommate, Tommy Guevara. What's good, man? I'm happy that you were on. That you've come on the stream, Tommy. I'm assuming you were on the. Tommy? I don't think you know him. Double overtime. Oh, you're saying that it's double overtime. Oh, okay. Tommy, once again, not at least tell everyone. Tommy, I assume you were on also Isles fangirl, whatever her name is, 3. You just did the Islanders stream. So now hopefully people get on here. Yeah, you were on that stream. I did not check it out, but I've told you I was on Twitch, and then I just came onto this stream right now. While you were away, Vancouver is sneaking with a 1-0 lead to the 3rd period. They're at intermission. So set me for the next 20 minutes or so, or how long it takes. I requested her. She may join. She doesn't know how she feels at this loss. Yeah, I get it. It sucks. It's hard. I mean, I get it. 3-1. Ravens 8, and I talked about the 2007 quarters. 3-1. That's tough. Well, Tommy, if you want to talk to her, let her know this, that the New York Islanders, last time they went to the Eastern Conference Final, they beat a Pennsylvania team in Game 7. So it's up in the air. Again, I'm with you, Ravens 8. I don't care who wins that series. But we deserve to lose this if we didn't have you-know-who. Markstrom would have done the same thing too. Either or. We have guys that can just do whatever. Obviously. I hate to say it, we might sneak into the playoff, but we probably don't even beat Minnesota. Maybe we beat Minnesota, but we definitely don't beat the Blues if we have either of these goalies. 2 amazing goaltenders, and Louis Domingue's really good too. He's a pretty good goalie. I watched him in Tampa. I think I went to one of his games where he started as a. I think he started against the Islanders. I forget what game I went to. And I saw him as a Devil this year. I did go to one of the games. If you're on the chat, who was playing when we went to the Devils Kings game? Tommy, who's on this chat right now, he went with me to a Devils Los Angeles Kings game this year earlier. There's a 4-1 win by New Jersey. If you remember, Tommy, if you're on the chat, just tell me if you remember who was the goalie for the Devils that game, because it might have been Domingue or I forget who Domingue was against, but Markey was insane against the Blues. Markey was been good against Vegas. You have to give him credit. He's made some unbelievable saves, but he gets injured, and so that goes in. The only problem is if Markey gets well and we advance, I don't know where you go. I think that's going to be a really difficult decision for Travis Green. Soul searching, but that's a good problem. Two great goaltenders are what the Stanley Cup teams have had. Think of one of the teams I don't like at all, but I respect. The Pittsburgh Penguins always have those multiple goalies that could lock out playoff games. This guy's been unbelievable. You have to remember, this is his second ever playoff game. Oh, yeah. Well, I think you got to give it to Horvat, too, because the series Bo had, Bo knows hockey, baby. Like, Bo had a really unbelievable series, too. I remember I actually didn't see the first part of the first period of game 2 against the Blues. I was driving, I was going home from work, and I put on the Vancouver radio, and I heard the Bo Horvat call, which actually I make a lot of YouTube videos. I'm making a Stanley Cup playoff overtime video after this playoffs are done, and you'll be able to get the Horvat overtime goal call from the radio. But I remember hearing it, and it actually not the overtime goal. Excuse me. I heard the call by the call of the inside out, one hand through, shorthanded tally, boom. Yeah. Here, Bo Horvat breaks away, scores an overtime game winner for the captain. Vancouver wins. That's been terrible. I also can do his call with Henrik to Daniel. You couldn't have written it better if you wrote it in a storybook or whatever. Henrik to Daniel, his final game at Rogers Arena. Man, I love impressions. That was an unbelievable game too. I think you said. Did you say you were at that game? I forget. I think that was someone else. As I've said multiple times on these streams, Daniel Sheehy is my favorite Vancouver Canuck of all time. So. Also, someone realized that when they scored the goal, there was something around. When they scored the goal at the end of that game, you probably know this, Ravens Inc., but this is a really eerie, awesome fact. Daniel, you did go to that game. You're at that game. Daniel and Henrik's last game, at the end of the game when they score the goal, the amount of ice time by both Henrik and Daniel was 22 minutes and 33 seconds. How awesome and crazy is that? 22-33. 33 to 22. Yeah. Better. You do know? Okay. That's like a weird fact, though. A lot of people don't know that. I am telling facts that I think are really cool to people, usually on streams and stuff, and they're like, that's an awesome fact, but yeah, man, I knew that. I was like, you know? But yeah, no, that's really cool. That's a really interesting thing on that. On that, I know they still live in the city. I don't think they've been really. You do know them, yeah, because I know they still live in the city. Their whole thing was they were going to. Go to Sweden, like late in their career, after the cup debacle, whatever you want to call it. They said, yeah. I know for a fact that they live in the city, And they said that after Cup Raffle, they were going to go back to Sweden, but it doesn't look like they're going to. So the reason I brought that up is because I wonder if I know they're really focusing on themselves and their wonderful family and everything, and they want to focus on not hockey, and they deserve to. And from what I hear, they're wonderful people. But I don't know. Maybe do they want to get back into the organization? Some of the former players like Trevor Linden and Chris Higgins have. I'm not now, but like in the future. I wonder if that window is still open for them because they're two really smart guys. I'd love to see them in the organization. Just captains, I think, are really smart people that really should get involved in teams too. I've been pushing on the other side, on one of the other teams I've talked about, I've been pushing in Detroit for Henrik Zetterberg to get involved in the organization, the Red Wings. It's completely different, but I think for Henrik and Daniel, that would be really cool to see them in the Canucks organization. But obviously, it's their call, and I completely respect and understand, and even would agree with at times of them wanting to get away from hockey and after the great career of from Sweden, not even knowing English, and going to Canada and staying there the whole career in Vancouver and staying in Vancouver to kind of focus on their families and their life and their own other interests. So, just my 2 cents.
The Tour Championship Sunday on NBC. Did you know a lot of medications sold online may be counterfeit? That's why we created Roman. Just visit GetRoman.com.
Speaking of games, another one. I don't know if you saw on the news. It was kind of minor, but the Devils had a 20-year anniversary, a Stanley Cup raising anniversary from against the Dallas Stars. Who's my favorite Canuck? Daniel Sedin. I thought I did say it earlier. It's Daniel Sedin, but I love Kevin Bieksa and I love me some Maxime Lapierre. No, but the Devils were celebrating their 20-year anniversary of winning the Stanley Cup against Dallas, and the Stanley Cup was in the building and everything, and they were playing the Stars, and they lost in overtime. They had all of this stuff going on, and Peter Sikora got to lift the cup. The Conn Smythe was in the building, and all of this craziness against Dallas. I was actually at that game. Yeah, I was at the game, and I got to see current Canuck, not all time. I love Bo Horvat. Demko's awesome. This whole team's awesome. I'm becoming a real fan of Mott, but it's Elias Pettersson. I love my Swedish Vancouver Canucks. I love my Swedes. Elias Pettersson's my favorite. But really beginning, and Bo Horvat's Bo's just a fantastic captain. When he became captain, I understood it, but I was like, really? I don't know. Will he be the captain? And then it took 2 games to realize that I was a complete idiot and that he might be one of the best captains in the NHL. It is Petey as well? Yeah. That's mine, Elias. These playoffs, he's been something else, man. But, just as the game's just about to start, as a conclusion, I got to see the Stanley Cup in the building, the Devils and Stars. That was an unbelievable game. And I also, on my YouTube channel, I videoed me live broadcasting the Joe Pavelski game. Oh, yeah, I think you told me that about Calgary, where he top-roofed it. That was a really cool game. Stone tries to pass this one in front. 1935, the play period just started basically. They're shooting on net. Another chance. That one wide off the glass. And Vancouver has to get it out, and they do. And Schmidt will carry, no icing. Pursued by Horvat, lost an edge. Schmidt has a lot of speed. Look at the puck handling on Nate Schmidt. Schmidt threw one. Shot one wide. Stick away with Demko. Another chance. Toe drag. And he can't find a passing outlet. And this one goes to the point. And Vancouver has a chance here. Quinn Hughes, with no one with him, will turn past another Martinez. Hughes still on the puck. Hughes, the magician, shoots one, and he finds a teammate. Another shot. Score! What a shot! JT Miller! 2-0 Canucks. a sniper. And it is 2-zip. So he moves around the net. That was Hughes turning back. Miller there, and what a shot. And guess who was in front? Elias Peterson. Vancouver Canucks goal. His 6th of the playoffs, scored by number 9, JT Miller. Yeah, I play Holiday. Absolutely. Holiday forever, man. That's the song. So it's 2-0 early in the third period, just like early in the first period. Hey, I was actually right. It was 6 goals. 6 goals, 11 and 6 in the playoffs. And so it is 2-0. Here we go. So here's a White Cloud, and then back across Edler. Guy that made the best play, though, Quinn Hughes. Nobody on him. He went past 5, got the puck. JT Miller with a shot. And here's Besser. Look at it, 3-0. Don't pass one in front. A guy went sliding into the boards. It's Pedersen who's struggling to get up. He's tied down. He's held up. That's got to be a penalty. Pedersen's down. They got to call a penalty here. He was hauled to the ice. He was hauled to the ice by Nick Holden. This has to be a penalty against Las Vegas. I don't know what they're calling, but this has to be a penalty. Let's look at it again. They're showing the goal now. Well, actually, no, they're not showing the goal. Besser goes down, and Holden runs into Pedersen, but Holden won't let him up. Holden won't let Pedersen up. How's that a penalty? It is a penalty. The Canucks are going on a power play. Stastny actually is going to get the call for a trip. So Hughes is on the bench. So they're doing the second power play unit again with 18-20 left. Stastny for hooking. Pearson fought off. McNabb there will try to clear one off a skate, and no night breakout because the Canuck was on the wall to go get it. Vegas works in their own zone, and White Cloud will just slightly shoot this in to the Vancouver zone. Myers on for Pearson. Pearson off the puck, tried to pass it in front, and he does find Gaudette, and Gaudette finds Myers. Myers in behind. Demko has a 2-goal run support. Passed off, and then he found Pearson. Tanner Pearson, Bertanen right in front. Myers on the right circle, holding. Myers slap shot directed. Rebound off the toe of Lehner. Pearson had a chance to score. And Whitecloud is down. Lehner's out of his net. Trying to pass it. He's back. Horvat a shot. Myers a shot blocked. And then Vegas clears. It goes right to Lehner, apparently, to Demko, excuse me. Apparently, Lehner tripped. And also, it's a clean Hughes-Miller assist, and Hughes and Miller are on the ice. Hughes gets it across. He tried to find Horvat. Miller's there. Miller passed it across where it can be taken by Hughes. Excuse me, right, to Foley, and it's too far. Big hit. Vegas trying to get into the zone. Demko's out of his net, completely out, but he passed it cleanly there. 30 seconds left in the power play. Hughes fights off Stevenson. Hughes back in his own zone, that clearing play. Horvat trying to find Pearson, and a turnover. Shorthanded. Stone with a break. Pedersen made a great stick check, and a save by Demko. And Stone is calling for a penalty. But yes, against Minnesota, absolutely. That was a great call. But so Stone goes right in the middle, and Pedersen sticks at him, and Stone screaming at the referee that that's a penalty. What a back check by Elias Pettersson. But my favorite Canuck and your favorite Canuck. But the thing is, that's not a penalty. That's an unbelievable defensive play by the Swedish winger. Here we got it on across for Pearson. Pearson left side, shot one off a deflection. And here comes Gaudette with the hit, trying to keep the puck through. That one passed to center, and Vegas kills the penalty. Backhanded in across for Demko. Demko sends to Myers. Myers bodied off where Bertanen was, and Schmidt shoots a screenshot. Oh, that deflected wide off the board. Another shot, and that one hit high as well, too. Gaudette, and then Schmidt. Schmidt intercepted the ball. Then a chance, a shot, a save, Demko, and Demko is all on the puck. So they just, oh my God, I can't believe they're playing this song. We're playing Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus at the rink. That's an old, great 80s song. But anyway, the game will be 30-17 shot on goal advantage for the Vegas Golden Knights, but it will be at 7:30 Eastern, so 4:30 Eastern for you if you care. The Philadelphia will play in New York, Game 7. So they got another shot on goal, 31. 15:50 to play in the third period. And it's intercepted. Hold it out. There's Horvat trying to make a move. And then poke checked off their side for Martinez. Martinez pulls it to the line. Checked away and then passed on back. And here come the Knights again. Theodore finds Wah. Wah fakes. Pass for Stone. Stone trying to pass in front. Another chance. Demko's at it. And they can't clear. And another save. Marstow shoots off to the wall. And then Besser tries to whack at it again. Stitcher with a chance. And then Mott. On back or out, hoping. I mean, I don't know, man. But, you know, that will be the thing. We have to win this game, though. And it gets poked on across the glass. Besser backhands it in front for Miller. And a 2-on-1. Miller to Pettersson. Pettersson holds, waits, shoots, deflected. And then here comes Miller. Actually missed it. It was never deflected. But Vegas gets it to center. And then it's taken back by Elias Pettersson. Vegas is changing. Here's Besser. Shoot, save. Lehner, he's fighting it. And Lehner made a save. And he did already. There's a chance for Pettersson. That one fired wide again. But he's getting in his wheelhouse. Here's Besser. Back to try to steal it away. Pettersson does get it. Pettersson stick checked it. Myers holds it to Miller. Miller backs it forward and intercepted. Marchessault at center has no one with him. Marchessault tries to go past two. And then he passed it across. Where it can be taken to Myers. And then Pettersson tried to shoot it through a crowd. And he gets it to Myers. They're wrapped up behind Thatcher Demko. And Vancouver still fighting for something off the corner glass. And then all the way back. Taken away by Myers. Shot off the boards. Still here in game 6. 13:57 to go. A different, like a triangle type look on how the Canucks outset their units. Gaudette will pass that through. And back across to Marshall. Also, they're not the Toronto Maple Comedians because comedians, I love comedians. Comedians are good. You're implying the Toronto Maple Leafs are something positive. Nothing against Maple Leaf fans. So they're going to enter the commercial now. It's 2-0, 13:58, I believe, left. So they'll be back in a few minutes. I'm on edge, man. I'm completely like, I'm ready. No, I mean, they're funny to watch a Leaf game is like a comedy show. Yeah, it is. It's funny to watch the fans. Yeah, and also if you follow Steve Dangle as I do, who's a great TV personality and he's a really cool YouTuber, but obviously everyone knows of his viral videos of the Leafs. It's pain for him, and that's because they have an organization that hasn't been the same since the late 1990s. For us, well, we haven't always had the greatest organizations as well, but that's okay. We've gotten better.
It's the greatest challenge in golf.
Also, everyone talks about the 2014 draft. I just thought of something. How about the fact that Tkachuk and Pasternak are golfing, but Ulovi still could have an opportunity to play in the playoffs if they so want him to. So, how do you think about that? That's a interesting way to look at it. And yes, they probably would have drafted Pasternak or Tkachuk ahead of Ulovi if they would have known what happened now. But still, Good insight by me because I'm congratulating myself. So watching this, these goals. Quinn Hughes has the most assists in a single postseason by a rookie. Will tie for the most ever in any history with V.A. Leno in 2010 when he was a Flyer. And they went to the Stanley Cup final as well. I'm okay with New England, but yeah, as a Baltimore fan, you must have been really happy. Yeah. And this puck goes through it again as well. And then Theodore holding it, deking, shooting, save, rebounds there. Reeves had a chance, and it's poked off his stick. Kept on for Stevenson. Canuck is down. It took him a lot to get back, but then Mott fired it to center. Stevenson tries to get in, and the Canucks will send it to center. And here's a chance. There's a 2-0. Here comes Mott. On a long shot, save. And that wasn't Mott. It was actually Virtanen who was really gassing there. But Virtanen had a chance to make it 3-0 with a breakaway, and Mott was right behind him. But a great save by Lehner. Pass back in behind to Foley. Battled in behind the net. Tuck is there. Then thrown down where Cousins is. That sticks through, and then Tuck on the Schmidt. Schmidt covers, shoots, save, deflection is there. The rebound is there. And then it covers back. Holds the Tuck, shoots. That fired off a screen. Tuck backed it in behind. Cousins goes down. Hit by Stetcher. Pearson flips to center. And so Vegas has to go back to go get it. And there's a headlock. They're going to stop play because Stetcher is trying to go dance with Cousins. Stetcher's still yapping at Cousins. They might call a penalty against Vancouver because Stetcher initiated. Or they might just send both to the box. It looks like that's what they're both going to do. And I don't know if they're going to call 4-on-4 or if it'll just be a 5-on-5 with the guys just going to sit for the next 5. No, they both get called for roughing. So it's going to be 4-on-4. So I think there were 2 4-on-4s. I believe there were 2 4-on-4s in the last game. The first of this game is going to be Yeah, Stetcher does. He gets into it when he didn't need to, but I thought he initiated. He did not. Cousins threw his helmet off, and so Stetcher went down there and did Carlson, and back for Hughes. On to Miller. Miller back. Flung to center. Hughes with it. To Miller. Miller fights it off. So much space for Vancouver to work with. Miller to Hughes. Shoots it. Off the post. They score! 3-0. I think Hughes just passed Leno for most assists, or maybe it was a goal. I don't know. It won't be an assist. It'll be a goal by Jack Hughes' older brother. 3-0 Vancouver. What a shot! I've never seen Quinn Hughes shoot the puck that hard. Unbelievable. What a shot by Quinn Hughes. And they just dropped the puck. NBC does the same terrible job that you probably have noted because I've seen videos of it that Sportsnet, specifically CBC, does, where they'll have a goal replay and they completely miss the center faceoff. We don't do it as bad, but it does happen. NBC's gotten worse and worse with their quality of their cameras. But it's 3-0 now. What a shot by Hughes, a 4-on-4 goal. Now Horvat flung it on across to Besser. Smith, and then drawn close to Martinez. Martinez, a passive rubber rush to Arbor Smith, shoots on top of the net. It went on top of the net, and it never went in. White Cloud, far off the left side. Myers shoots off a stick, clears it down, and icing. Sportsnet does do that, yeah. Three good goals. Yeah, Thatcher Douglas has been unbelievable. Also, when he fights off the puck, he actually loses his stick. Yes, one egg as the face-off is won again. Also, we're winning face-offs. All of the great playoff years of the Canucks, we've been one of the top teams. This puck jets out of play. One of the top teams in the playoffs when we've played, when we've been good at winning face-offs. So this game is one of the best games we've had in the series. Maybe in the playoffs, I can say that. And also the most dominant game we've played in the playoffs this year on the face-off circle. Laner has a 667 save percentage. That's pretty good. Laner does? Yeah, but still time for Vegas to come back. 10:30 left in the period. Here's Tuck in the give attention. Tuck for misdirection, and he couldn't get it past. Tries to find one. And then it's Schmidt. Schmidt holds on. Back for Pacioretty. Pacioretty on the Stanley Cup logo. It's the second goal of the playoffs for Hughes. That one had a save on Demko. Another chance fought off by Pedersen. And then taken there out for Tuck. And Tuck off the blue line. Schmidt, McNabb. The 4-on-4 is over, but Vancouver got a goal off of it. And a hit there on Cousins. And a stick is dropped. Cousins finds Schmidt. Schmidt just fell down. He fell down and oh no. They're calling a trip. Stetcher just animatedly just said, "What? I didn't do anything." And he's correct. Oh, you know what? That is a trip. Okay, I'll give the referees credit. That was a trip. And it was not Stetcher. It was JT Miller. But it looked, if there wasn't the trip. No. This time it's not. I was a little too angry and a little too homerish. No, that's a good call. I mean, maybe this late in the game, still, yeah, you still have to make that call. No, that's a good call. If Miller doesn't make that play, it's a 3-on-0. And Vancouver knows all about 3-on-0s, but yeah, that's a good call. From my vantage point, it looked like Stetcher went down with the stick to play for the puck, and the Vegas guy fell, and it was going to be a 3-on-0. But no, it wasn't Stetcher. It was Miller behind the play, and the refs called a good play. So Vancouver's going on the penalty kill. Vegas is going on the power play. There's around 9-something left in the third.
Exclusively on Apple TV Plus.
Discover no annual fee on any card.
All right, I'm back in Edmonton. Nice city. Also, they should keep showing Edmonton. I know you said you lived in Calgary for 2 years, Calgary. But have you ever been to Edmonton? I know it's It's a larger city. It's got the Edmonton Mall, one of the biggest malls. It has I'm not going to say what it has. It's a city like any other city. So I was wondering if you've ever been there. As there's a face that was not correct on the face-off. They're going to try it again before they start the power play. I was just wondering if you've ever been there or have any insight on it. I know a kid who grew up in Calgary and lived a little in Edmonton, lived a little in Vancouver before he went to my high school in the United States. And this goes up for Gaudette, and then pulled on for Stone. Stone to the corner. I think he was a Flames fan. Stone shoots, and a save by Thatcher Demko there. And then Stone finds it. Stone holds. Pass too far for Pacioretty. 1:33 left on the power play. For Las Vegas. For Vegas, and then Stone feeds Theodore. Holds it to Stone. Back in front. Too far. Marchessault off of his puck. Theodore finds out the line. Shoots, save, Demko. Rebound. Puck is loose, and it goes to the far corner on the right side. To the circle where Stone gave it to Theodore. Theodore dangles. Stone shoots, blocked. Here's Theodore. Pass to the left line. Holds it, shoots it. And there is a chance there for a goal. And another save by Demko. Theodore holds the line. Shoots, save. Thatcher Demko. Wish you went to Edmonton. Yeah, I'm like the opposite of you. I really don't like the Flames, but I actually like Edmonton. My friend Tommy, who was on the stream earlier, I don't know if I have said, his second favorite team is Edmonton. Or third favorite, I forget where he puts it. The third favorite. But no, I don't mind Edmonton. I actually like them. I get that, they're fans and everything, but I do like them. But yeah, I've heard it's a big, nice city and everything. Yeah.
6 years ago in the first round, the Flyers and the Rangers played back-to-back games.
I gotta say, I've been to a few cities. I've been to a few big cities too. I've been to DC. I've been to Philadelphia. I've been to Boston. I've been to New York. All those big time, all like the big East Coast cities I've been to. I mean, I've been to Philly a few. Whoa, I forgot. I got this chair. I've been to Philly a few times. I've been to Martinez holds it. Wait, fakes. And I'll talk at stoppage. It's saved by Demko. Sorry about that. But I've been to Boston like 1 or 2 times. I've been to Philly a few times. But I go to New York all the time because it's so close. And my sister used to live in New York City. And she still works in New York City. So I go down. There's always like things to go. And I go to Mets games and Knicks games in New York City. So. The Oilers are the best team ever compared to Boston, a bunch of time except for Pasternak. You can't. No, I don't agree with that. There's nothing you can say bad against Bergeron, even though he was so good against us. There's nothing bad you can say about Bergeron, man. Bergeron's my favorite Bruin. I love him. But Pasternak's cool too. There are a few Bruins that are good, but yeah, there are a bunch that are annoying as well. I agree with that, I guess. Vegas is out shooting Vancouver again, 44-21. This is falling behind. Miller on with it. Edler shoots on a cross and a hit, and then it'll come back to Miller, and then shot off the glove. Tried to shoot it just at Laner just to get a change because everybody is changing. That's intercepted. Myers shoots it in because they didn't have enough room and enough space for everyone to go through. They weren't able to go across in waves. Pearson works it on. I'd say actually that the Tyler Myers coming back really helped us in this series. As this puck was down close to where Pacioretty was, and then Pearson holds the line. On for McNabb. Whitecloud. Then Pearson on for Stevenson. 6:48 left in the third period. 3-0 Vancouver. Stone with it. Holds. Intercepted Horvat. Horvat away from Pacioretty. Vegas tried to keep it in Stevenson, but it goes into the Golden Knights zone. Here's Stevenson. Dropped it off close to where Carrier. A hit there. And then Vancouver has this opportunity now for Besser. Game 7 could be tomorrow if we end up winning at the end of these 6:18. Vegas will go to center against Stone. Stone works it. Poke checked again by Miller, who had a forecheck, had a good one, and then right in front of shot. That one went wide, and I don't know what's happened, but I just realized this. In this series, I have not seen Tomáš Nosek. What's going on, Tommy? Right now, 3-0 Vancouver with 5:58 to go in the third period. Hello, Mark Stone.
Did you know Geico is now offering an extra 50% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 50% on top of what Geico could already save. So what do you?
So I just got to kind of finish this off.
I'll finish, Jane. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will tell you, Ravensy, Tommy Vivaro, who's also on as my friend, I tell you from talking to him, Ravensy, his
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
what was I saying? He will totally agree with you on what you said about Brad Marchand. He absolutely loathes Marchand, calling him the rat every time I see him. So, but no worry about them. They're done. Their season's over. And we're a few minutes, 58 left from forcing Game 7. With those cars, you got to be tough about that. You got to just be able to go to the net and make the right decisions. So we'll see that. I like how on NBC, which sponsors NASCAR, I constantly see NASCAR talking about the playoffs and how huge they are, and I'm sitting here going, Boston, yeah. I'm sitting here going, the Stanley Cup playoffs the best. Yeah, they're watching Devco, man. Devco just, wow. Later's on the bench. The net is empty. Just wanted to let you guys know that the net is empty. So empty net, extra attackers, trying to make it 3-1. Anaheim was able to win Game 5 and do all this in 2017 with the extra attacker thing. Down 3-0. There's a shot directed wide. So Vancouver's got to be ready. Early exits there, and then Stone. Stone on the right circle. Vancouver trying to block it. A shot will be kept in by Theodore. And Theodore finds his puck right to the left circle. Holding it. Across from where Stone is. Stone turns it. Holds on to Theodore again. Theodore passed it to the net too far. Directed in behind. Puck is loose. And then it went back onto the point for Theodore. Theodore passed to Stone. Stone holds up past the net direction. There's a chance. And a save by Demko. We're in the final 5 minutes here as Vegas trying to scramble in. And I can't tell if the net is empty because the stupid Final 5 Rocket Mortgage sign is in front of my eyes. There's a shot wide. Trying to bank it on Demko. There's another chance. Blocked in front of Demko. And the goalie's back. No, that is empty. Here's a chance. Horvat walks in and he scores. I don't know what happened. He had a 2-on-1 with an empty net. Guy overcommitted. He handed it to Horvat. And Bo, with 4:38 left, after a jam play, great save. And then Horvat walks in and scores. So this puck does eventually through. It's 4-0 right now. Bo Horvat had an empty netter. Vegas trying to get back into this game somehow. They're down by 4. Gaudette looks to try to stick that one away, and then White Cloud throw it in front, and then Fantenberg will rifle it off the boards. Kept it on back for Fantenberg. Fakes the drive and shot it in behind. Taking it and a shot there. Also mention that yes, absolutely best goal song. I also will mention to you guys that the Philadelphia Eastern Conference semifinal Game 7 against New York is with Philadelphia having the last shift, late shift with the last late shift instead of the home game, will be the last game this season in Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Regardless of what happens. The more games are in Edmonton. Here's to Foley. They try to pass that one in front. A shot save later. 3:17 to go. 4-0. Suter and Tanev off the bench. Tanev flicks it to Fantenberg. Fantenberg, Miller. Back there, backhander save. Demko. The 47th save of the night. With Thatcher Demko. Miller poked it back. I think it was a delayed offside, so he has to backpedal and go off the front side. Shot out across the center, and here is a chance for Ryan Reeves. Shot it high. Actually, Demko might have gotten a piece of it. He did. It's the 48th save of the night for Thatcher Demko. Puck gets deposited all the way back, thrown back, to Alec Martinez, who finds Ryan Reeves. Reeves hit in the back to Edler. Edler forechecked away. Myers. Here's Virtanen. Jake Virtanen is hit, and then Mott. Virtanen is down, and he got hit in the head. That's gotta be a big penalty. He got hit right in the head. Are you kidding me? Jake Virtanen is such a huge player for us, and he got leveled in the head. Oh, it's not good. Let's see who got him. McNabb. I don't think this will be a major penalty, but it has to be a penalty. He hits him high. It's 2:20. I'm not too worried about what will happen in this game, but I am worried about Game 7, and I am worried about how, McNabb's not really showing too much sadness or whatever. I hope Jake's okay. 5-minute major, it should be, it won't be.
Virtanen still remains down on all fours following the hit from McNabb. With 2:20 remaining.
Yeah, Jake is down, but I hope he's okay, man. He fell awkwardly on his shoulder. Jake's walking up, but I think Jake's going to go to the quiet room so they can do some concussion look on him. I would. Yeah, I don't think Jake should play. I don't think Jake should play anymore in this game. I think Jake should go take a rest. Showing the Horvat goal, which is huge. Markstrom, of course, really happy. But Jake has had a good game. But Jake should just go to the locker room right now and just rest. Gaudette, and then Fantenberg, and then Roussel chase for it in the last 2 minutes of the third period. Off the skates, and then Whitecloud. Whitecloud shot it, blocked, trying to find it towards center, and then Watt. Back held on along. Shot this one corner around again, and then Fantenberg. Back to the sideboards again for Alec Martinez. Martinez will find Stevenson. Stevenson races past, holds, and it's poked away. Fantenberg with a great chance to stick down on the ice, trying to go get it as Stone, and then too far for Cousins, but McNabb keeps it in, who some reason is on the ice. Stevenson to Martinez. Puck loose on the center and shot in, and it's the final minute of play in Game 6, which looks like we're going to Game 7. You know, it would be a Vancouver home game. Rogers would be exploding of all of the noise and the people there. No people here, but players, no fans, and then Mott is able to backhand this one across. Able to try to take it there, and a penalty coming up against Vegas. It looks like Vancouver will be on a power play for about 36 seconds left. think is what they're looking at right now. Oh, if there is a Game 7, there will be tomorrow. Oh, I just saw something bad. The Philadelphia Islanders game might not be at 7:30. It might be a little later because I remember what happened last year, and it's going to fall behind the Kentucky Derby. Oh, it's almost like we're in May again, all over again.
Travis Green, you better hope that Thatcher's elbow is not hurt. And he can come back and play as well as he did here in Game 5.
Vandenberg. Shot to the corner. Vandenberg holds. Back across off a stick. And then down. Demko will stick it behind the net. The Canucks will hold it. Vandenberg to the final 10. Vandenberg will hold back in the final 4 to the final 2 to the final 1 and 0. Vancouver is going to Game 7. 4-0 shutout for the Canucks. And for the third time in the second round of Game 7, I don't believe there were any Game 7s in the first round. We're getting a Game 7 here. Vancouver comes from down 3 games to 1 with technically still a rookie goaltender since he didn't play a full year last year. In his first 2 playoff starts, only lets in 1 goal in the first 2 and gets a shutout. 48 saves. He's the first Vancouver rookie goaltender ever to have a playoff shutout. 87 playoff, and he has the 4th most saves by any rookie goaltender in a playoff elimination hockey game. So Vancouver wins. So let me run this through and say you're going to Game 7. We are going to Game 7, and yes, as I'm still standing, plays absolutely. I'm still standing. We will go to Game 7. And in Game 7, listen, Game 7s have so much. Game 7s are history. Anything can happen in Game 7. Vancouver could get demolished in Game 7. I can see it happening. But believe in the Canucks. We know Game 7. Game 7s are where heroes are made, or where history is created, and where legends are created. So no one expected you. The pressure is all on Vegas. Ride with it. Don't worry about Game 7 experience and players who played in the playoffs and the Stanley Cup Finals and all that jazz. Play Vancouver Canucks hockey. Play your best. Play to win. Play to represent the British Columbia, city of Vancouver. Controlled aggression and a will to win. You will never be defeated. If you believe that you will never lose, you will never lose. Vancouver Canucks, Game 7 tomorrow, probably at night. I will really try to broadcast that game. Only problem is I will be at home and my parents sleep early, and I won't be at the dorm anymore, and I just don't want to wake them up if it is a late game. But I will try my absolute best to broadcast Game 7 tomorrow night. So tomorrow night is Game 7. It could be Vancouver's last game of these playoffs, or they could move on to the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2011. We will have to see that. And also Game 7 tomorrow between Colorado and Dallas. That will be interesting. Also tomorrow, knowing the games and knowing since they're on the same ice, I assume it won't be 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I assume the first game, whichever it is, and guessing Colorado, Dallas, will be an earlier game, probably a 3 Eastern puck drop, because it's the same ice. So, all right, guys, I will hopefully see you tomorrow for Game 7. if Game 7 is the early game, I absolutely see you. If it is the later game, I'm very positive I will see you tomorrow for Game 7. So go Canucks, go! We're still standing. Let's go win Game 7, and I will see you tomorrow night for some Canucks hockey. Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. Happy hockey, everybody, and have a great night.